another episode of the Goenkaram So Awaz. Today we have another guest, Mr. Elvis Gomes, who's the AAP president of Goa. Welcome to our program, Goenkaram So Awaz. So, firstly, you tell us what made you to leave the government job and to join the Aam Aadmi Party?
See, when I entered the government job, there would be a time when I would leave. Now, whether I would leave at that time when the cut-off age would come, or whether I would leave earlier was entirely my discretion. So, having worked for a long time, it's been almost 20 years since I've been in this service.
Yeah.
So, I felt I have to explore life beyond government service.
Okay.
And that is the reason I took this step of coming out. And I came out.
But what made you to join only AAP party? Because surrounded you, we have seen that the BJP party was there. If you would have joined the BJP or the Congress party, you would have been an MLA or some or the other way you would have been adjusted. But what made you to join only AAP party? What's the reason?
Let me make it clear that after having left service, it was not intention that I would come into politics. That just happened by default that at that particular time, the Aam Aadmi Party was quite active in Goa and they had approached me. So I took a conscious call to join the Aam Aadmi Party because I had seen the working of both the Congress for a long time and also the BJP for also a pretty long time. And I found that there is absolutely no difference in the basic principles and culture of both these parties. It is the same. Maybe ideologically they project before the people that they are different. But internally, when I was inside, I've seen it. That internally they are one and the same. At a national level, they believe, BJP particularly believes in divisive politics. That element to some extent also is here. But in Goa particularly, BJP and Congress, there is no difference because if you see the people in the BJP or the Congress, they are the people who have migrated from one party to another and come back also.
Absolutely.
So at any given point of time, you cannot predict. I'll give you one example. Manohar Parrikar was castigating Moin Gudino in that power scam. And he called it a power scam. He made a big noise when he was in the opposition. Now that he imported Moin Gudino inside, he says it is an attempt to scam. Now these are new terminologies which they develop. So ultimately what is the issue? The issue is whether they are here to do an honest job or whether they are here to do their own job. So in this kind of culture, I could not have gone in with the BJP or the Congress, though as you said, I had invitations and I would have become an MLA, but becoming an MLA was not at all a priority issue. What was important was being in a culture or being in a kind of a group which believes in doing something right.
Okay.
And after I had interacted with them in Delhi and all that, I saw that they were a lot of people who were honestly interested in doing something good, and that is the reason I came into AAP.
Okay. So you're happy with what you're doing?
I'm very happy. There are no regrets, and so long as you do what is right, what is justified, I think you have done it.
Tell us, sir, now recently we have seen Mr. Manish Sisodia, who's Education Minister of Delhi under Kejriwal's government. So he has been down to Goa. What was for what reason, what message he wanted to give, to Goans and in the education sector? What was his visit purpose like?
The purpose of his visit was he came upon an invitation, and there are a few people, particularly they are based in Margao. They are all well-meaning people, and they have started inviting personalities who are willing to come and speak in Goa to the people of Goa. Sometime back, Mr. Yashwant Sinha and Shatrughan Sinha had come. And this time the talk was, why not call Manish Sisodia, because his policies and the revolutionary work that they have done is being talked everywhere, including foreign countries. So since they are in the AAP government and I am in the AAP, they told me that why don't you approach and find out if he is willing to come. So when I went last, I put up this across this idea, and he said yes, we can come and talk about it. And that is how he finally landed in Goa. And when he landed in Goa, he addressed primarily the teachers, more predominantly the teachers. And I think the teachers that came to Margao, around 500 plus, 600 people were there, but I assume there were about 500 teachers. They came and they went very satisfied, because the kind of feedback that we have got after the event is simply phenomenal. It's something straight from the heart, and a very honest intention of what the government is doing and how they have achieved it is very, very important. Now, what is the main importance that is given to that is the poorest of the poor, who otherwise do not get the opportunity to educate themselves or their children, have got this opportunity, and they have got this opportunity in one of the best managed schools, the government schools. The government schools means here we are a government school
In Delhi.
Yeah, in Delhi I am to say. So government schools, if you talk about government schools in Goa, you know what the situation is. Primary schools koi kashi nastati. So there they have managed to bring about this change, and that is what is making them visible across the nation and beyond the nation also. And I think we
So
were
the
quite fortunate
success
to get.
of the Delhi schools, Mr. Manish Sisodia has highlighted in Goa.
He has highlighted in Goa, it is not just schools, it is not just infrastructure development, it is the overall policy.
Quality.
What needs to be done, how the teachers actually become very important in this. Here what happens is, departments are very important, the education minister is very important, the director of education is very important, deputy directors, inspectors, they are more important. Teachers are sent for election duty, teachers are sent for some other census duties. This kind of situation has been completely abolished in Delhi. And the teachers are given the role only to focus on teaching the children and also simultaneously learning, and learning under reputed institutions across the world. So every year about 1,000 teachers are deputed to Harvard, Cambridge, Singapore universities, IITs, IIMs. So that is what Sisodia has managed to do.
Okay, sir. Let's come to the next question. You knew, sir, when the 2017 election has happened. During that election, you all have failed almost in all the constituencies, your candidates. You all knew that the losing, you all have lost the election, having the knowledge, but still, what was the plan like that you all have filled up the whole of the candidates?
See, it was a strategic decision to show that a new alternative was coming in the political horizon. In the hindsight, maybe yes, it was not a right decision to fan out across Goa and put candidates and dissipate all your energies. Had we to focus on a few constituencies, maybe we would have seen different results. But that is not the issue. The issue is a serious challenge to both the Congress and the BJP was the issue. And I have said in the beginning, these parties have absolutely no difference among them. And they are friends, and they share a deep bond of friendship between them. So we wanted to show some difference.
Okay.
And in the bargain, what happened was, we could not concentrate on the whole thing, because the resources was a problem, whether it is manpower resource or the financial resource. And you cannot match up, particularly financial resource, you cannot match up with the BJP and the Congress. Because everyone knows that, I may not repeat it, that they have amassed huge wealth in this country at public cost. And that is the situation we are facing. So finally, so long as the perception of the people doesn't change, so long as people do not understand how they tend to lose by voting for these parties, till that time we are going to face a problem. But we have to hope that at least the youth of Goa will realize what is happening, and it is about their future. So maybe in the next elections, this will be noticed.
So now the 2019, the elections are approaching very soon. Maybe next year the elections are there. So what are your plans, sir? The AAP is going to fill the candidates in both the Lok Sabha.
See, we are no more activists, we are a political party. And what is the job of a political party is to fight elections. And if we do not fight elections, again we will be seen as just troublemakers, just coming and giving hopes to the people and then vanishing. That is not the case. AAP is a serious party. AAP has been spreading beyond Delhi. In Goa, we got 57,000 votes. So 57,000 votes is not small in Goa. So 57,000 people at least will be rooting for us, because our voter base has not come down. On the contrary, it has grown now. So we have to respond to their need, and that is the reason we will be contesting both the election, both the seats of Lok Sabha.
Now since you people are fighting the election, if suppose you gain one seat, sir, what would be the reaction towards the Goa? What would be your plans, like how you people are seeing the Goa to develop?
See, we have already shown what we as a political party running the government in Delhi can do.
Hmm.
The possibilities are endless. The problem is Goa has not been exposed to these new possibilities of how governance can also be done differently.
Hmm.
Today it is the same old story. You go to any government office, you are told to file, your work is not done. Then somebody wants something, so the work is not done. This has not changed. Nothing has changed. Parikar gave very high hopes and nothing changed here. In fact, the party was thrown out this time, but somehow they again managed to, with the help of Congress, they came back to power. So what can change? Today the
With the
governance
help of Congress?
Yes, obviously with the help of Congress. When the Congress was in a position to form the government, they gave it to them on a platter. This is behind the scene. It may not be, if you tell me to exactly prove, I cannot prove before the camera, but we know deep inside what has happened. It was given to, because there was infighting in the Congress camp. Okay, put that aside. What I'm saying is, the real issues are different. The real issues that affect the people are different, which only when you look at it through the spectacles of Aam Aadmi Party you can see. You cannot see it when wearing the specs of the BJP and the Congress. They are here for a long time and they have got stratified. So they are going through that motion. So long as they are comfortable, they are in the chair. So long as they get their money, they are happy. They are not bothered about what the people will get and whether the people should get. As I said in the beginning, and the Manish Sisodia's statement I can quote here, when it comes to education, 5% of India has got that kind of education which has taken them somewhere. Balance 95% of the people have never got that kind of opportunity. So our job is to see that the masses, whosoever they may be, so long as they are the citizens of this country, should get these kind of opportunities which these 5% are getting. So this is the qualitative difference that we can bring.
So now, tell us, sir, we are seeing now, since so many days, some 2-3 days past, the assembly is going on in Goa. The problems which are arising, both the parties are fighting, and even they are adjourning the assembly. What is your saying on that?
These parties are not fighting. These parties are only acting. It is a drama. There is a script, and they have practiced it. They are art, and they are helping one another through this drama. Let me tell you one thing. Formalin issue is just an excuse for them to disrupt the assembly. Because there were some other serious questions which needed to be answered. So when the assembly gets disrupted, these questions go. They don't come up for discussion. That is what both the sides wanted. And so they have done it. So who can stop them from playing these dramas?
Okay, so you think that it is nothing but it's normal a drama?
It's normally a drama. See, formalin is a serious issue and it has not happened overnight, believe me.
Because
It has not happened on that day when FDA went for testing and FDA had intelligence report that formalin list fish has come in the market. It has been going over a number of years. Okay. The wholesale market is situated in Margao. Who are the key players and who are the agents? See, fish comes. It is taken over, control is taken by the agents. Then the agents resell it there itself. So the whole control is with the agents basically. And how the agents have been bribing these people, the political powers. And this has been going on. So one fine day, when it boils over, there is nothing that can be done, but the FDA is forced to act. And when they go there and they on the spot they find that there is formalin in the fish, immediately there is reaction and political pressure is brought on the FDA. Later in the afternoon to say, yes, there was formalin, but which is within permissible limits. Now, so many of the technical experts have said there is nothing but permissible limits, and Food Security Standards Authority of India has very clearly written, we had written a letter, they have replied to us, that there is nothing but permissible limits. It is a prohibited preservative, it cannot be used in the fish. But this is happening across the country. And states like Kerala have already taken criminal action. Now, nothing is stopping the Goa government from taking criminal action. At least launch an investigation, at least lodge an FIR and let the investigation start. Why are they not doing? Because both sides are involved.
So how far you are sure, sir, that both sides are involved?
See, Goa is a very small place. We know the people personally, what is happening, how it is happening. And otherwise, if the government was really serious, by now some criminal action would have been launched. See, you remember in Louis Berger case.
Yeah.
Louis Berger case, what happened? The government went into overdrive. And one, Mr. Churchill Alema was also apprehended and put inside. Did not get bail for 59 days.
Mm.
Okay? I was in charge of the prisons there that time when he was inside.
Okay.
The other compatriot, Digambar Kamath, escaped. The same offence, gravity of offence against Digambar was even bigger, was more, but he got a bail. Understand? So if that kind of this thing was shown by the government in this case, launch an investigation, interrogate people who are bringing this kind of formality and go to the root of the problem. Many people will come into trouble, and who will be those people? They are from both the sides. Again, so that is the reason all these things, these dramas are being played.
Okay. I would like to ask you about the action plans. If suppose in 2019 you gain both the seats, what is your action plan for the upcoming
See.
elections, and what would be like how you people are seeing Goa in your plans, and what plans you all have made for Goa, the state of Goa?
See, Goa is basically for Goa.
Yeah.
For us, everything centers around Goa.
Mm.
If we get both the seats, first and foremost, people will see the qualitative difference in what was happening earlier and what is happening now. There are several issues. MP may not be directly able to do something at a state level directly.
Yeah.
His powers are limited because he is more to do with the center, and of course there are some small budgets to be spent on your constituency and all that. That is not a big issue. The voice of the people is the philosophy of Aam Aadmi Party.
Mm.
Anything that should be done should be based on the voice of the people. For example, if a project is coming in a particular area, it is that Gram Sabha that will decide whether this project is right or wrong. Gram Sabha can be guided. They can be, experts can come and talk to them. Finally, if they conclude that this project is not required, it is not required. So, likewise, as an MP, it will be the voice of the people of Goa that will be taken to the parliament. Right now what is happening is because we are just two MPs.
Mm.
And those two MPs are also silent. You never hear them speaking on any issues pertaining to Goa. Maybe they are used as numbers, BJP MPs. BJP, for them, that number is very important, so they add to the numbers. But I don't see that they are taking up any issues, whether it is rivers, sale of rivers,
Yeah.
whether it is coal pollution,
Mm.
and whether it is now CRZ,
CRZ.
okay, dilution of the present CRZ notification. So many issues that are troubling Goa, the identity of Goa. They immediately succumb to what the center wants. And
Yes.
today everybody knows it is a corporate driven governance that is there. What the corporates want, that only will happen.
Yes.
What the people want will not happen. So what I am saying is, if AAP comes to power, immediately the voice of the people will be heard, not the corporate's voice.
So tell us about the Goa Football Association, since you are a president. So tell us about your view, and the elections is about to held, sir. Tell us about it.
Yes, the last 4 years I have been the president of the Goa Football Association, and as you have asked about the elections particularly.
Mm.
See, elections are held once in 4 years. Elections are due now. They should have been held on July, the 29th of July. Why they are not being held on 29th of July is simply because there is something called the National Sports Code 2011. The government of India has been telling the national federations of all sports associations, sporting bodies, that is, federations of all sports in India, to see that the National Sports Code, whatever clauses are there, are incorporated in their respective constitutions,
Mm.
particularly relating to the executive committees, their constitution and the elections. You see, large number of sporting bodies, there are no elections. There is no democracy. Single man run for years. So what had happened is, somebody had challenged in the Delhi High Court the elections to the All India Football Federation, which is the parent body of the Goa Football Association. How rigging was done, how manipulation was done, was exposed before the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court set aside that election last year.
Mm.
And the Delhi High Court said, you implement the sports code. That is the law of the land. The Minister for Sports, Mr. Rajyavardhan Rathod, who is an Olympic champion himself, a gold medalist, has also written letter to the chief ministers of various states. Now these letters, though he must have received, chief minister must have received, but who is bothered here in Goa? We received a copy of that. I took legal advice. And I said, instead of going for elections on 29, we might as well incorporate these requirements of the sports code in our constitution and then go for elections. One important is, for example, if you attain 70 years, you cannot be holding the post of the president. So some people felt that I was targeting certain personalities who wanted to contest elections and all. Nothing like that. There are restrictions on government servants contesting elections. There are restrictions on the number of terms a person can be holding in the association. So if it is the law of the land, why not first incorporate and go for elections? Somebody could doubt my intentions if I was going for a rerun. I have said that I am not going for a rerun. So, having taken legal advice, the legal advice was very clear that a delay of a month or two will not make much difference. But what will happen is, we will be holding elections by incorporating the provisions of the National Sports Code. So that clarifies the matter. Whatever doubt people might have had, thank you for asking this question. And I think this is the answer. People must realize that the law of the land has to be upheld. It's not that what somebody thinks or I think. So I have taken the decision, in 1 month or 1 month and a half, nothing is going to collapse. It's just a short delay, and hereafter, Goa will be the first association to have amended its constitution in accordance with the National Sports Code 2011.
Tell us about the last question, sir, for you. The National Games is about to held now, soon maybe. Tell us about it.
National
What is your
Games,
view?
my view is very simple. People who are in the sports fraternity and people who understand know. These National Games actually, I will call it a farce. Because the center imposes them on certain states. The states say, okay, we are willing to host it, and the sports and the states do not do it within the time frame that is set before them. In the case of Goa, these National Games were scheduled to be held in 2008. Now from 2008 to 2018,
10 years.
you think you should be awarded a gold medal, in fact, for having delayed it by 10 years. An athlete who has been preparing for 2008 games, trying to show his skills or her skills and trying to get a gold medal. You have delayed the National Games by 10 years and you have deprived that child of getting any. So what are we talking? Olympics 4 years, World Cup 4 years, any Asian Games 4 years. So what are your National Games? 10 years. Last it was held in Kerala, Kerala delayed it, before that it was in Jharkhand, so there is nothing definite that is National Games will be held at a particular time. There is no dimension to the National Games. Now the government of Goa is saying, okay, we will finally host it in 2019. 2019 March they are talking about.
Okay.
That is again a big question whether actually it will be held. First they had said November 2018, now they have given another date 2019. With the general elections coming very close,
Yes.
what will happen I cannot say today, because this government is known for so many U-turns. So whether this will be at another U-turn, time will tell.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
for coming and joining the program.
Thank you.
so much. Thank you for watching a program Goenkaranचा आवाज. Till then, keep watching Don Bosco channel.